We'll go ahead and transition to the spread and the score prediction. Obviously, the over-under on this game it opened up at 61.5. It's all the way up to 63.5. So it's been bidded up to 63.5. Spread opened up at 11, and it is down to 10.5 is the spread on the game. So, Jordan, what's your thoughts on the spread? And then what's your score prediction for the game this Saturday?
Yeah, 10.5 is, I think it's a pretty good number. Again, I think Louisville is it's a lot of credit to their offense. I think, like I said, I think they're going to get their best effort, or at least close to it. Jeff Brom, he knows how to put a game plan together. And I do think this Clemson defense has shown enough deficiencies that he'll have a good game plan for them. But you can't let it be. You can't let it turn into touchdowns. Have to get stops. I think Louisville is going to move the ball with some success. So it really is just about, I think, bowing up in the red zone, I think, would go a long way. And then offensively, get off, you want to get off to a fast start, of course, too. Because, you don't want to give, this team the sense that, hey, we came in thinking we can win, but now we know we can win, type of thing. So, I don't know. I think this game is going to be a little pointsy, not necessarily in the realm of shootout, but I'm kind of in the 30, 41-28 type of game. So a little bit over the total. Clemson's slight cover from Clemson. But I think Louisville is going to score some points in this game, but I think Clemson will be able to score more, so to speak. I think you get enough stops from your defense. I think you'll come out of here with a win. I like 41-28 Clemson. You're muted.
Sorry about that. I like it. I will go over the 63.5. I will also pick Clemson to cover the spread. I just think it sets up really well for the Tigers. I know this Louisville offense is really good. They're going to come in. They're going to score some points. But the atmosphere at a night game in the Valley, haven't lost to Louisville yet. I don't think that changes this Saturday. Clemson is a very tough team to beat in the Valley. And I would assume that the numbers would play out that they're even tougher to beat at a night game in the Valley. So I expect the fan base to come out and be energetic and that environment to be very juiced up. I expect the defense to feed off of that and set the tone. Try to limit this Louisville offense as best you can. Still think they put up quite a few points. I'm going to go 42-24. Clemson takes the win, covers pretty comfortably, 18-point win for the Tigers. So that's how I see it playing out.
All right, so you and I are on the same page. We think Clemson covers, but this game could go a different direction if you come out lacking on either side of the ball.
Yeah, it could be uncomfortable in the fourth quarter if Louisville's offense really gets it going. So
yeah,
there is a world where that is a possibility. Make no mistake about it. I'm going to go Cade Klubnik for 4+ touchdowns on Saturday.
Ooh, 4+. Okay.
4+.
I'm gonna say BYOG. I think this is a game where I think you're really going to lean on your passing game, which is nice to say that you can do that. I think there's just going to be too many. There's just going to be too many opportunities. I think not to feel good about Cade. And you said 4 touchdowns in general, so it can be 4 passing, 4.
Yeah, I just said I didn't specify passing or rushing.
Okay, just total touchdowns.
He would be responsible for 4+ touchdowns.
I like that, BYOG, and honestly, I think that's about the right number for.
Yeah.
So, yep, I like it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and buy on it as well. It's funny you kind of mentioned it like we talk about the Clemson like we're this is the 8th game of the season, right? So it's just like we talk about this Clemson passing game kind of nonchalantly sometimes, and just looking back at the past 3 seasons, it's kind of crazy where we've come just from last season. Cade looks like a completely different player. The receivers are just balling out. The offensive line, it's completely different offense this year. It's fun to watch, and I'm happy to come on here and be able to legitimately predict that Cade's going to go for 4+ touchdowns in a game on Saturday, because last year somebody would have been checking me for
getting the 2 was a struggle.
I was thinking.
I mean, getting to 2 was a struggle last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, just like we would have just went for no touchdowns and no turnovers. That
right. Just give the ball to Ship and Maffa and hope
Right.
and pray.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so definitely a refreshing change of pace. All right, BYOG or sell. I'm actually going to steal one from my guy Austin, our resident Louisville fan. He's here from time to time. Good friend of the show. Been around just in the Mark Rogers, voice of college football community, a long time. He says BYOG or sell. Clemson defense forces. I'm actually going to edit it slightly. He says 3 takeaways. I'm going to say 2. I feel like 2 seems like a more. Ooh, okay, maybe I could see it. I really don't expect 3, but forces 2 takeaways. BYOG or sell.
I'm gonna. 2 takeaways. I'm gonna buy. I think it's close, but if Clemson starts widening a gap between them and Louisville, you could see Tyler Shuck try to make some hero ball plays and try to force some things to, close that gap. And we know how opportunistic our cornerbacks and safeties have been this season when it comes to baiting some quarterbacks into some bad decisions. So I will buy.
And I think I will buy as well, as far as 2 takeaways. I think because, one thing that's been interesting with Tyler Shuck is I believe he has 5 interceptions on the year.
He does.
I think all 5 of them have been in the last 4 games.
Yeah.
They've generally been really good about taking care of the football, but in some of these tighter games, these tougher games, Tyler has given the ball to the defense at least once. This Clemson defense has been really good all season at getting takeaways. It feels like this would be a good opportunity, and of course, turnovers, especially against an offense like this, go a long way in terms of getting some distance on the scoreboard. So
yeah. I mean, you force Louisville into a couple turnovers, give your offense the ball in plus territory. I mean, that's the kind of stuff we need from this defense this week. You got to put some distance between you and this Louisville offense, and really force them to hopefully become one-dimensional in the second half.
Absolutely. Because that's when you really get to tee off. Obvious getting them in obvious.
That's when your D-line gets to, pin their ears back, come after the quarterback. That's when Wes Goodwin can get a little bit creative with some cornerback blitzes or some safety blitzes, and really, come after Louisville and speed up Tyler Shuck, make him uncomfortable, and force some more mistakes. So,
and especially
ideal.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talked about Tyler Shuck is not it's not a super mobile quarterback, and you've faced some guys that have been able to escape pressure, this season. Whether it was Ashton Daniels, Hank Bachmeier at Wake Forest was giving you had a couple of runs. Of course, Anthony Calandria hurts you a little bit with his legs.
Last week, that freaking not last week, the week before.
Yeah,
that Virginia game.
What was 3rd and 17, man.
3rd and 17. Yeah, that's what it was. Oh my goodness, I was so irritated.
I don't think Tyler Shuck is going to be doing that.
Right.
So, And they're going to want they don't really want to run him anyway because just throughout his career he's been a guy that's struggled with injuries.
Yeah.
So I think this is as good an opportunity as any against a quarterback that's not super more mobile and an offensive line that has not protected their quarterback particularly well this year. This would be a good chance for you to get a little bit more on the sack total than you've had this year.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Jordan, that does it for our BYOG or sell. We can hit a couple from the comment section before we hop out of here.
All right, let's do it. Some of you guys have gotten some BYOG or sells in the comments. I'll hit a few of those. Dylan Spell with good Lord. He says BYG or sell Jake Brinkstall with 3 touchdowns in the game. I'm selling that. That's just I think this will be I think this is a good opportunity for him to have a big game, but 3 touchdowns
that's a lot of touchdowns. Yeah, I got to sell.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can predict anybody going for 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's not a receiver.
Yeah, I mean Clemson's just spread the ball around so much this season that it's hard to see anybody getting 3 touchdowns in one game.
Yeah. Let's see. Jay, BYOG or sell. Clemson offense has more big play touchdowns than short yardage. That's a good one. That's tough. You haven't really seen as many big play touchdowns this year. I mean, you've had you've had big plays,
right? That got you into
the red zone, and you finished. I don't know. Bryant Wesco, if he can't go, that affects this a little bit.
I guess what do we consider a big play touchdown? Like outside of the red zone?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends because if you're just talking explosive touchdowns, that's just 20. Generally, most define it as 20 or more yards. Some do 15, but
I'd say any touchdown outside of the red zone, I guess, would be considered explosive.
I will more big play touchdowns than short yardage. I will sell.
Yeah,
but I think the opportunity is there. Yeah, I mean, just it depends. But of course it depends. But I don't know. That's a good one.
That's a good one, man. I'll buy it.
Okay.
We'll just be on opposite ends on that one, just because I feel like it's a coin toss regardless. Like I could definitely see it going either way. It's a hard one to answer. But that was a good one, Jay. So
yeah, I like
that one. On that one.
David Wood, buy or sell Wood's first touchdown. And,
I hope so.
That'd be fun, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'll sell.
They should give him a carry. Like
they should. Like I haven't seen them give him a carry yet, but it's in there. Like there's a play where they hand it off.
I think it's coming eventually.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know if this will be the week.
Yeah,
but I would buy that Woods will get at least 1 rushing touchdown before the regular season is over. I'll buy that.
I think so too.
But this week, I don't know. I'll sell this week.
They've been building on that jumbo package.
It's so funny because Chappell asked about it, and then the very next week, the jumbo package debuted itself.
Yeah, you have to wonder if Chappell reminded Dabo.
He was like,
he's like, oh shoot, yeah, we did.
Like that is something that crossed my mind. Like, did he like trigger something in Dabo's mind? Was like, you know what? We should have a jumbo package. Hey, Garrett Riley. Hey, let's practice jumbo package this week.
Yeah. Oh man,
it looks unstoppable at this point, though. So.
Oh yeah, teams don't have an answer for it.
You got Peyton Page in there. You got DeMonte Capehart in there.
I saw somebody note Peter Woods, he's different from other defensive linemen we've had in the jumbo package because he's not just running to especially when he's blocking. He blocks with good technique and he's not just throwing his body at somebody. Yeah, he deserves a carry. That'd be fun.
Yeah. That poor dude that poor defensive lineman that DeMonte Capehart crashed down on. I was just like, oh man, that's what are you gonna do? What you want me to do, Coach? I got nothing.
All right. Just trying to see if there was any more. Clemson football kickoff with a good one. BYOG or sell Clemson scores after each turnover. Yeah, I'll buy. This team has been really, they've been really good at scoring off of turnovers. That's been one of the calling cards and something that's definitely been a point of emphasis. It feels like, they've created turnovers well this year, and of course, and they've capitalized. Not just like getting pick sixes and obviously defensive touchdowns, but getting turnover and sometimes not even turnovers in that you get in plus territory. They've still gone down the field and scored. So yeah, I will buy that. This team has been really good about that.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'll buy that. We've definitely played complementary football when it comes to the turnover margins. And Louisville's -2 in the turnover margin
for on the year.
On the year, yeah. So
good to know. Good to know. Steel Gamble, BYOG or sell. Avion Terrell will have a pick six. Yeah, I have to sell. I would love to see it, but honestly, just predicting a pick six is just
it's very specific. Yeah,
and it's it's random, really. But just even statistically, getting an interception, when you get an interception, whether or not it goes for six, it's mostly random.
Yeah.
Well,
unless you jump a route, and then
it very much depends on the route run and what defense you're in, whether or not you'll
if they're running like this quick out route and you jump it, like you're probably going for six. Like
that can go for six. But if you're down the field and
right, or if it's a crosser route across the middle, like you're probably not returning that for six.
Austin says BYOG or sell. Clemson kicks 2 field goals in the red zone.
God, I hope not. I'm a sell.
I hope not.
I'm not going to put that in the universe, so I'm a sell. I'll be so mad.
It would be disappointing. Obviously, game script and how the game is playing out will dictate that those types of decisions. But I do think scoring touchdowns in this game is paramount because if
yes, I mean especially
Louisville has the ability. Like if you don't get enough separation on the scoreboard, Louisville will get find their way back in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
They're ahead.
You got to be a little aggressive in the red zone in my mind because you are playing an offense that can put points on the board in a hurry. Yeah. So settling for field goals like you did against, Virginia, like you did against
Florida State.
Florida
State flat out. You just knew.
Like Florida State, you knew kicking a field goal was fine because they're not going down and scoring anything. They're just not. Like it's not going to happen. So kicking a field goal against a team like that with as bad as their offense has been was okay. Like you could play that game a lot more conservative. When you're playing an offense like Louisville, you're not afforded that luxury of being able to kick multiple field goals, especially in the red zone. So I hope not.
Let's do a couple more.
That would mean Louisville's probably hanging around in this game if we're kicking multiple field goals in the red zone.
I think so. BYG or sell. Antonio throws another pass on Saturday. I don't know. I think Louisville has seen it. You've done it twice this year now. I'm sure that's something that they will, have in mind. Louisville's defense will have in mind. I don't know. Maybe you do something. I mean, maybe you run a play similar, you get the ball out to Antonio in space, and it looks like he's going to throw it, but instead he runs it. Or I don't know. This offense has been really good this year about showing similar looks and doing different things off of it.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to see Antonio throw another pass. It's worked the 2 times you've done it. So
yeah, the first pass looked much better than the second pass.
Yeah, the second one got Troy Stellato killed a little bit.
Yeah,
at least we know it's not just a Cade thing. I think Troy Stellato is
just Troy Stellato. Yeah, he's like a magnet for hospital balls, man.
Yeah,
like that dude it must be something about his face or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like I said, anti-Italian discrimination. That's what it
is. Yeah, for sure. If David Woods said, "Can we clone Peter Woods?" I wish.
Yeah, I would take 22 Peter Woods on my team.
Yeah. Can we get about 5 or 6 of those on the defensive line? We'll be good to go.
Oh yeah. Best D line in the country.
Yeah,
the one by far. He also asked about Antonio's quarterback rating. He doesn't have enough passes to qualify for quarterback rating, but I know his passer rating is like 600 something. In college it's different from the NFL. It's like
by far the best quarterback on the roster. I don't really know what Dabo's doing, but
we do have a quarterback yesterday. All right. One more to close us out. I think I skipped over the one I wanted to do. I think I lost it. Yeah, whatever. I'll find a different one. Okay, we'll hit this one from Austin. He says, last one for me.
That's a good one. Yeah.
BYOG or sell. Clemson takes the opening kickoff if they win the coin toss. Well, I'm selling.
Yeah.
I just. Oh wait, hold on. I'm thinking of. I don't know why when I read that question I was thinking like you take the opening kickoff back for like a touchdown.
No. That's what I the same thing, but no.
I had a dumb moment. My fault. He said, it means Clemson takes the ball first. That is a good one. This is it does feel it is a different game than the one that Clemson has played, recently. Definitely since Georgia. I don't know. They've when they've gotten the opportunity, they've kicked. Mostly up until after the Georgia game.
Yeah,
they decided they elected to take the opening kickoff because there was a whole mess sending a message to the offense. It's like, hey, we're gonna keep doing it until you guys grow up.
Yeah. I think you kick for a couple reasons, right? You want your defense to come out and start fast. The atmosphere is going to be electric. Fans are going to be juiced up, right? They just ran down the hill. Everybody's, juiced up and excited. I think you maximize that opportunity by making Louisville trot their offense out on the field and face that crowd noise. And hopefully you get them a quick 3 and out and, your offense comes out and puts a drive together. That would be my thought process. Just kind of maximizing that environment and seeing what Louisville's got first.
I think I'm with you, but it wouldn't surprise me if they took it.
Yeah, they might. Hey, who knows?
So there are 2 schools of thought there. It's like, okay, well, maybe we want our offense to get rolling and send set the tone like that can and send a message. But I don't know. You're at home. I don't think you need to do whatever to do what makes sense. Do what you've been doing, and I think you come out with the win. I said that was the last one, but we did get a super chat from Zachariah. Thank you so much. He has a BYOG or sell. He says Clemson holds Louisville under 3 yards a carry.
Ooh.
Clemson has been pretty good from a per carry standpoint in terms of run defense the past few weeks.
What are they averaging per carry?
I'm going to that
They're
holding any team.
averaging 5.2 on the season.
Yeah, that they are a pretty good running team when they do run it. I'm gonna sell. They I, Isaac Brown has been a really, really good running back. They
Yeah.
have a couple. They have a few really good backs, but obviously Brown has been the star. Um, it's hard to hold any team under 3 yards a carry, and with an offense that does throw the ball as well as they do, it's going to be hard to limit them that much. That's really difficult to do, and this is the most capable passing offense you've played all season, and when you have to dedicate more resources to the pass, of course, leaves you more vulnerable to the run. I don't expect Louisville to just run it run it down your throat, but holding someone under 3 yards a carry is probably unrealistic. I think a good number for Clemson in this game, if you can hold Louisville to 4, maybe 3.5 would be really ideal.
Yeah.
But like 4, I think that gives they'll have that means they're having some success, but it's really sporadic. Um, and something it's getting them behind the chains on some sets of downs, and maybe it helps you get some stops. I think if you hold them to 4 or 3.5 to 4, I think that would be a realistic and a realistic number. But of course, if you do hold them under that, that's great too. But I from a realistic standpoint, I think 3.5 to 4 would be good enough to kind of keep their offense a little bit off schedule and make some things more difficult for them when they have to pass.